Hello, and welcome to the 5th Annual Community Impact Challenge at Emporia State University. My name is Dr. Jasmine Linneberry, and I'm here this evening on behalf of my fellow coordinators and judges to kick off this evening's event. So we're going to offer an overview of what the Community Impact Challenge is and some special thanks to those who made it possible. We will then hear 2 presentations from our finalist teams, and then you'll hear some comments from the judges and ultimately the announcement of this year's winners. So first, what is the Community Impact Challenge? So this is a grant competition where students work collaboratively in teams of 3 to 5 to identify creative and meaningful solutions to challenges facing ESU's campus and/or the greater Emporia community. These teams submitted proposals and competed against other teams who did the same. The judges then reviewed these proposals and invited a select group of teams, this year's finalists, to prepare digital presentations for the judges as well as for the broader public. Those are the presentations you're about to hear this evening. The winning team tonight will be awarded a $500 grant to help carry out their proposed solution. They ultimately have until May of this next year to carry out their strategy. So finalists tonight were evaluated both on the criteria of their presentation in terms of its quality, but also on some general criteria regarding their proposal. So ultimately, we're looking for their proposal to focus on a relevant and significant challenge in the community. It needs to identify a creative and meaningful solution to that challenge. It should include a detailed and justified budget for how they'll spend the $500 grant. It should be well-researched and persuasive. It should be feasible, able to be accomplished within the time and resources available, and it should be ethical. So in other words, we're looking for strategies and solutions that are not going to cause farther harm and that consider things like sustainability. We want to give a special thank you to our sponsors this evening. Those folks include Community Hornets, the Department of Communication and Theater, and ESU's Honors College. We also want to give a shout out to our coordinators and judges. So aside from myself, Blythe Eddy from Community Hornets also is one of our coordinators for the Community Impact Challenge. This year, we had a panel of 5 judges representing different stakeholders related to our campus and community. This included Dr. Michael Dennis of the Department of Communication, Blythe Eddy from Community Hornets, Mickey Edwards, representing the United Way of Flint Hills, Eliza Rink, an ESU student and also representing Community Hornets, and Shelby Perez, who's an ESU alumna. Thank you all very much for your service and for making tonight's event possible. Now, without further ado, we'll be hearing from our 2 finalist teams, starting with Brighten Up ESU and Care Kits for Change. Enjoy tonight's event and learning about the ways students are interested in making an impact in the ESU community.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Jack Jaworski. I am a member of the Flaming Fireflies. I act in the recorder role. And today I'm going to give an overview of our project, the things that we've done for it, the problems we're aiming to address, and everyone involved and how it connects. So our goal is to reduce the safety risks on our campus, particularly at night. And this has several points to it. First of all, there is not enough lights on campus. There are several areas that are too dark, and this could cause risks of violent crimes occurring, and it could also cause injuries over people not being able to see where they're going. There is also not enough police poles around that are in places that anyone can get to it at any time very quickly. And there's also a lack of student input on safety. This kind of comes from our discussion with student government, ASG, and they said that they had put a proposal in the past, but as we looked at our evidence, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot to say that many good results have occurred from it. So we want to change that. And when we talked to police and safety, they also said they were lacking sufficient information. So with this project, we aim to get students' input to both ASG and police and safety. And we've covered all three of the stakeholders involved already. Let's touch more on students on campus. So our students are really at what's the heart of this problem, because we want to make sure that we get them safe, and we want to make sure that they have enough ability to communicate to police and safety and ASG that what problems that they're facing or concerns they have gets known. So to do this, our solution is creating a survey for students to fill out to give their thoughts on what they feel could be better handled on campus safety, and past experiences they've had where maybe they didn't feel safe, or maybe they do think that something is going well and would like to continue it. And we're going to get this survey to them through a QR code, which will link to a Google form that the students can fill out. We're going to post this at tabling events we're going to host in the Memorial Union, the ESU dorms, and the William Allen White Library. And at this tabling, we will hand out flashlights with the police and safety phone number on it. This not only will help students have an option to keep them safe at night and a useful tool to use if things are dark and there's not a light source near them, it'll also just be a nice reminder and have the police and safety phone number on it for them to call them quickly if they need help. And once we collect the results from the survey that they're going to fill out, they will be reported to the police and safety and associated student government, and this will hopefully set a precedent for the future where students' ideas and information will be collected by these parties throughout the years. Hopefully they'll be carried, this tradition of sending out these forms will be continued on by ASG or by police and safety, and this will ultimately lead to the addressing of problems such as not having enough lights, not having enough police poles, and it will directly address our concern about students' inputs on safety measures.
For our survey, we plan to send it out to students to provide information and also get feedback on their thoughts about safety on campus. The survey can be emailed through Hornet announcement, or police and safety can send it out themselves. A QR code at the booth is also an easy way to access the survey in case students miss the email or just want an easier way to view the survey. Some questions that we plan to ask, what concerns they might have about not having enough lights on campus, or where they would feel more comfortable to see lights at the dorms or the union. We just want their input on that. Also, to receive their input on safety in general and how they feel about walking on campus, especially at night, and what the university can do to help make them feel more safe. We also want to ask students how they feel police and safety can help and make them more safe. Receiving feedback is our main concern. We want to see if they're using the flashlight and if it was helpful to have police and safety's number on it. In the future, with the feedback, we're going to give that to police and safety so they can improve on it, obviously, in the future, and hopefully to have a safer place for students on campus.
My name is Derek Maxwell, and I am a member of the Flaming Firefighters group. My role on the group is to be a supporter. Today, I will be talking to you guys about the future of our project and the future plans that we have set out when we are all going and off campus and started our careers. When we really want to lay down the foundation and make students feel comfortable when they are on campus at nighttime, and they can have the police and safety number and everything. Once we are all going, we feel like we can pass down our project to police and safety, and they can make it bigger by passing out flashlights and their phone numbers to every building on campus, just so just so students feel comfortable at nighttime and feel safe.
Hello, my name is Logan Trask, and I am the captain of the Flaming Fireflies for the CIC competition. I wanted to go over our actual product today that we would distribute for our tabling. These little flashlights are about $1.51 a piece. We can get about 250 confidently with the 377. I have not looked at shipping because I have to create an account, but that's leaving enough room where if shipping is expensive, we still have enough money. Anything left over will go towards possible printing or candy for our table to get people in, that sort of thing. We were thinking the black would look nice. For the logo, we were going to work with police and safety to get some sort of design created with the police and safety, and then also the phone number. This would have to go through advertisement, whatever all the university has to go through. I've been through it before with a few things. It is a tedious task, but it's doable. But ours would just say Emporia State University Police and Safety, and then a bar, and then their number at the bottom. It's a very simple thing. It's not going to be anything where it's crazy or something like that. I also wanted to talk about our partners. We are having a meeting with ASG this week as I am recording this. They have been busy with homecoming, so I haven't been able to talk with them. But also we brought in police and safety because we believe this is their biggest sort of priority when it comes to what we could be changing on campus. We talked with them. I talked to them. And they're very interested. They think it's a great idea. They think the lights is a good way to get awareness out there. It has already been talked about, but we will have a survey, and they want to continue that survey past this project. So we are creating something that will outlast us, hopefully, and they're able to use it for years to come. But it's pretty simple. Our police and safety is pretty involved. They would just want to know if we win and what we need to do next, which will be an easy process, and definitely a few meetings will be had or a few more emails. ASG and police and safety do the safety walk every year. This is where they just walk around campus and note what could be improved lighting wise. Perfect for our project. I think they're already interested in kind of handing these out for that. With the 250 here, I think that gives us enough to disperse with our table, with dorms, and with the safety walk. So I do believe that's enough, but also that just gives enough opportunity to get our word out.
Hi, my name is Jocelyn Klim, and I'm a third-year student here at ESU, and my major is communication.
Hi, I am Erin McNeely Phelps. I am a senior at Emporia State University, and I am a theater major.
I'm Percy Holt, and I'm also a senior here at ESU, and I'm an interdisciplinary studies major.
And my name is Samuel Watts. This is my second year at Emporia State University, and I am a communications major.
And we are the Jeffs, otherwise known as
Just
Emporia's
Proactive
Samaritans.
And today we will be presenting our CIC proposal for our Care Kits. So when looking at our issue of domestic violence, we wanted to make sure that we had a very clear definition of what domestic violence was. So when we looked at the Kansas state law, we found that domestic violence was defined as violence against someone who is a family or household member, including current or former spouses, parents, step-parents, people presently or formerly having lived together, people who have a child in common, or a man and a pregnant woman who are alleged to be expected parents.
It is also known that over the course of the pandemic, domestic violence incidents were found to increase. When lockdowns were put in place in spring of 2020, a study by Sidiri found that women's mental health significantly worsened. Also, during the 2020 lockdown, there was an increase of violence against women, from 4.4 raising to 14.8. Also, in the 2020 domestic violence, stalking, and sexual assault report that was done in Kansas, it was found that Lyon County reported 101 domestic violence incidents. Our community partners, SOS, provides services to 5 total counties, including Lyon. They also recently talked with KBOE back in January and said that they have assisted over 500 individuals in the past year. Of those counties, there's Chase, who did not report any domestic violence incidents, Coffee County, who had 22 reported incidents, Morris County with 14 reported incidents, and Osage County with 67 reported incidents.
So it is very obvious to us that this issue is very relevant within our community. And one thing we wanted to focus on when looking at domestic violence and domestic abuse was the fact that abuse is not just physical. Many of these people that are experiencing abuse are experiencing mental health issues that result from it. In fact, we found that domestic violence leads to an increase in the rate of use of health services, and Alma's also detailed that a study conducted in 2006 found that there was a 62% rate of spousal violence from women applying to a psychiatry outpatient clinic. We also found that according to the World Health Organization in 2014, suicide attempts were common in women that were exposed to violence. In addition to this, physical and sexual violence increased depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, and suicidal behavior. Now, this is all very important because when looking at mental health, it doesn't only affect the women, but a lot of the women coming to these shelters have children, and that mental health issues are also affecting their children. And also when looking at mental health, we wanted to focus our solution on how we could better help these women by not providing necessarily psychiatric health care, but by doing small things that might make them feel a little bit more normal.
For our solution, we partnered with SOS, which is a local victim advocacy group here in Emporia, Kansas, and for all of Kansas, actually. They do things like helping victims work through the legal world and helping them with just general tactics to get out of the situation that they find themselves in.
So for our solution, we decided to do care kits for those seeking help from SOS. Within these care kits, we have decided to put a variety of items that SOS has told us that those seeking help from them would be most beneficial from receiving. That includes shampoo, conditioner, face masks, a journal, pins, stress toys, lots of things that we think could help them focus more on living rather than surviving, which is something that we learned in our research they're often faced with. We have decided on doing 2 fundraising events in order to raise money and donations in order to make this possible. The first one of those is we plan to create and distribute boxes within the campus and community in order to receive donations from those who are willing to do so. And then secondly, we also plan to host a fundraising talent show at Union Street Social, where contestants compete against each other based on their donations made in their name to see who we would like to win. For our first fundraising event, we have decided to create boxes and place them around campus. The boxes we plan to decorate as well as attach a list of the items that we listed previously that we would be most wanting to receive, and as well as a QR code that leads them to a place online where they are able to make monetary donations if they so wish to do so. After the boxes are up, we plan to look through all the items and make sure that we are only receiving the highest of quality for the people that we are giving these to. One of the main purposes is oftentimes they are given sort of the bottom of the barrel when it comes to self-care products, and we would like to give them some things that are a little better for them and they might appreciate a little more. For our second event, we plan to create posters, which we have already done. The first poster is an audition poster that we will be placing around campus as well as in the community. On this poster, we have some details about the event, as well as a QR code that leads wanting participants to a document that we've created where they're able to submit a video of their talent they would wish to perform. We've asked contestants to keep their talents around 2 to 5 minutes to make sure we have enough time for all of the contestants that we end up picking. After we have received all of our auditions, we as a group will go through the auditions and choose who we would like to be a part of our talent show. After that, we will send out information about meeting times and we will have a dress rehearsal before the night of the event. We chose Union Street Social as our partner for this event because they have previously done fundraisers for SOS and they have been very helpful and supportive of this event. The evening of the talent show, we will be hoping to start around 7 p.m. As an employee there, I have found that the busiest time for them is around 7 p.m. and that gives us plenty of time to be done before 9, which is what time they close. We also have another poster we've created to make everyone aware of the event that is going on at Union Street Social, and there will be opportunities for people to donate money in support of their favorite contestant, where we will name a winner of the person who has raised the most money for our cause to creating self-care kits for SOS.
So to establish a timeline, we used a specialized version of the PERT method that Dr. Lindaberry taught us. We basically took every task that we needed to accomplish before the end of the project, ranked them based on priority and time sensitivity, and then used that to establish our goals. So our first one is by November 6th, we plan on making the boxes and reviewing all the auditions that were submitted through the Google form. These boxes, like Jocelyn said, will have information based on our cause, what items we are looking for, and then information about the talent show as well. Then on November 7th, we plan on distributing the donation boxes around ESU and local Emporia vendors that have items that could fit into the donations that we're looking for. By November 11th, we plan on emailing the winners of the auditions to let them know that they will be participating in the November 17th talent show, and then letting the other people know that they were not selected. On November 17th is the talent show at Union Street Social, where we will be having a voting donation thing where people can vote on which participant they want to win. Then on November 18th, we will be retrieving the donation boxes, which we will be doing daily checkups on anyway, just to make sure that no items are easy to be misplaced. Then on November 21st, we will be doing an inventory of every donation that we got, the amount of money that we raised, and using that information, we will be purchasing additional products to fill in any gaps that we see in the kits to make sure that each one is equally impactful. Then on November 28th, by then we should have all of the orders from Amazon and Walmart done, and we will be actually building the care kits. Then on November 30th, we will be delivering the care kits to Adele Clark, who is the shelter coordinator at SOS. Adele Clark told me that roughly over the holiday season, in the next few months, there will be about 30 women usually who come to the shelters. So on this budget, we priced everything so that we would have enough materials to build 30 care kits. The great thing about our project is that no matter how much we raise or how many donations we get, we'll be able to build a different amount of care kits that are appropriate. So this is a dream scenario, but no matter what, we'll be successful. Then at the bottom of each of these items, we have advertising, about $50 that could go towards Hornet Promotions, Emporia Gazette, or KBOE.
Thank you so much for listening to our proposal, and I hope through this presentation you can realize why we are so passionate about this solution. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning into this year's Community Impact Challenge presentations. My name is Mickey Edwards. I'm the CEO of the United Way of the Flint Hills and one of this year's judges. On behalf of all of the judges, I'd like to congratulate the teams. The issues that they chose this year really impact so many people in our community, whether on campus or off. Their solutions were well-researched, well thought out, really had great collaborations included, and really have the potential to impact so many in such positive ways. One finalist this year chose an issue that's extremely timely to anyone on campus. They included great collaborations, and their plan really does have the potential to lay the foundation for future impact and change. The other team chose an issue that really affects so many people, both on campus and off, probably more than anyone realizes. Their plan really does have the potential to affect so many people who are negatively impacted by their issue. So we would love to select both teams in recognition of their hard work and their desire to improve the lives of others. Ultimately, the judges chose the Care Kits for Change by the team that calls themselves the JEPs. This year's winners came up with a plan to help survivors of domestic violence. The judges appreciated not just the care kits and the amount of research and time that they clearly spent in thinking through how they can make positive change, but we really appreciated the awareness aspect to their solutions. So on behalf of all of us judges, I'd like to say a big thank you once again to you for tuning in, to our teams for the time and effort that they put into this, and a huge congratulations to the Jets.